What up, bros and hoes, peeps and creeps? This is Bodala coming to you live from the birdcage. As promised, I am doing another game review of, it's, hold on, my computer's screwing up. Alright, okay, it's back. Of Bioshock 2. Um, and yeah, this time I'm going to talk more about the plasmids and the story. Okay, so you're back in Rapture. And you're a big daddy, who is the giant thing that I talked about in the last one. And you have, surprisingly, a little sister who is like a child to you, like really. And I think you straight up died. I think someone straight up shot you right in the skull, but you're still alive. I think that happened. I'm almost positive that happened. Because they thought what you were doing was kind of corrupting, but you turned out to be the only good Big Daddy, and you're part of like a prototype that can move faster and do everything that a normal person can. Normal speed, still has the drill, a lot more powerful, can use plasmids. And then they disbanded that and said, nope, that's not it. We want our guys to move like 2 miles an hour, just have a drill and be as clueless as, I don't know, a clueless person. I can't think of a good analogy because I'm so infuriated at the idea that they thought that made logical sense. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. So in Bioshock 2, you have a little sister who's like your daughter, really. She is, actually. You're her dad. And you're trying to save her. Because, you know, that's just the cliche-est thing. I don't even know if that's a word. That's just the most cliche thing that they can think of. So yeah, and you know how you did that one little thing in Bioshock 1 where you like, if you played it and you remember this part because it was annoying, you just followed a little sister around who was collecting Adam, and that was part of it. Now that's the only way you can do anything to get Adam. You have to follow them around. It's not killing the Big Daddy. It's just doing whatever with the little sister. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Because you're a Big Daddy, I think, is why. And it's really, it's not as immersive as the first one, partially because how is Rapture still there after you blew it up in the first one? But you know, things happen. Now Eleanor is running the show. She's a complete C word. Uh, she totally is. She believes that she believes in the little sisters being like really important and that they should all be saved, and that's why you get shot in the face, because you're a big daddy and everybody hates them now because, you know, whatever. So even though you were trying to be a good person amidst all the evil, you were labeled as a bad person, because why not? The guns are so much better in this game, and the upgrades are really cool. The spear gun is my favorite because you can just pin people to walls. Also with the plasmids, you can use Cyclone Trap and you can charge it with other things. It was kind of useless in the first one, except it made people like go flying occasionally. But now you can actually set perimeters with it and like set like put fiery ones and put electricity ones depending on the enemies you're expecting, and that's really cool. Also, you're allowed to actually like shoot waves of plasmids instead of just like bolts of plasmids. So you're allowed to like freeze people with like a freeze beam rather than like just a frost spike. Which I'm not sure if I like that better, but you know, whatever. Now you have the drill, which is really cool. So you just burst through people, drill them, kill them, all that jazz. and that's pretty cool. They're awesome, like sentry turrets and things that you have now too. It's a lot more defense and cover based fighting now, and I don't know if I like that, but it's definitely new. The storyline is a complete, like, just rip off. It's pretty much the same thing, except now you're trying to save your daughter instead of yourself. Um, and guess what? You destroy it again. Um, and then in the end, they allude to, oh, well, there's way more to this story. There's a beginning to this story. Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, that's what Bioshock Infinite's gonna be. Um, which it looks really cool. To do some of the voiceovers, like some of the sound effects and acting, they legitimately inflicted pain upon themselves in order to make realistic noises of agony, which a lot of people are like, that's weird and creepy and stupid. And I was like, well, it's method acting, which is something you don't see in video games like ever. And I think that's like an innovation, really. If they're voluntarily doing it, like, I mean, it's not like they're stabbing themselves. They're just like, what they're doing is they're like poking themselves with like maybe like a tiny sewing needle, or like not like actually in their skin, but like just poking, just like poke, to initiate the idea of what it's like to feel pain in certain areas. Um, they're also straining their muscles by kind of like stretching a lot and then trying to do a lot of intense motions to feel exhausted and exasperated. It sounds really cool. Um, and yeah, I like that idea. Anyways, back to Bioshock 2. So, um, yeah, actually, that's pretty much it. The storyline isn't as intricate as the first one. Um, it's kind of just there. I found it to be more fun, but a lot of people didn't. To each his own. But I liked it a lot. I thought the plasmids upgraded quite a bit, and um, yeah, I thought it was good. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Bioshock Infinite comes out tomorrow, Tuesday. So yeah, March 26th, Tuesday. Um, so yeah, I would go out and get it, and I would have, if I haven't, if I were you, and I hadn't played Bioshock 1 and 2 yet, I would go out and get that, and I would get Infinite, because Infinite looks really cool, and they've been working on it for God knows how long, for forever. Bioshock 1 came out when I was a freshman in high school. Bioshock 2 came out when I was like a junior, and now I'm a freshman in college, um, which, never mind, but it's like, for them to actually expand in a greater amount of time as well, and how many times they've delayed it, I think they're really working on it, trying to make it good. So I'm, fingers crossed. Hope it's gonna be amazing. Um, God, it's such a creepy game, but whatever. It's fantastically immersive. So there you go. Like, favorite, subscribe if you enjoyed or found this useful. Maybe you just found this useful. Maybe you're like, I didn't know Infinite came out tomorrow. So yeah, I'm still trying to get my YouTube account up and running at a reasonable momentum. So everything is appreciated. Thank you to all my subscribers already. And yeah, that's Bioshock 2. This is Bodala signing out.